Today we're busting out maybe the best one-pan fajitas you will ever make. So, new place. Not forever. It's our second place to shoot. Maybe third. So we have the backyard that you're used to seeing. Max will show you that. We have the inside of the backyard house that you haven't seen all that much. Max will show you that. And now we have this. And so this is in Little Italy, San Diego. We've decided to rent a place down here to A, see if we like living in downtown, and B, it's very close to my restaurant, Not Tacos. That makes it easy for me to do this and do that. So we'll be bouncing around. I like that. I like the idea that when you turn on, you don't know exactly where we're gonna be. And by the way, when it's hot as balls outside, this is not hot as balls. This is great. And not everybody has a big fat grill and an Evo outside. So some of the stuff we should do, we should be doing in a more normal environment. Good?
Good.
Good.
I love it here.
Thank you. I love it here too. So back to the fajitas. Look, I love them. And part of the reason for this is there's been a little bit of an outcry, if you can put it like that, for some healthier food. Look, we've hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, partially because of the kind of stuff we've been doing. But we did the Luther burger a week or so ago. It was a burger inside of a glazed donut bun. We did the KFC Cheetos fried chicken sandwich recently. Lots of bread, lots of big piles, and delicious as F. But people are saying, Dear Sam and crew, is there a chance you could do some slightly healthier, slightly lighter food? Because A, I'm gaining weight, and B, my girlfriend, wife, significant other, Netflix and chill partner is asking for something that's not quite so 21-year-old rugby player-esque food. Got it? So, hence this. But the important part, as Max pointed out when we were talking about doing some slightly healthier things, no less flavor. In fact, big flavors. That's the goal of this. You shouldn't lose flavor because you're eating better. You shouldn't notice any difference except here. It's that simple. And we want you to be healthy. We want you to look good. Today, one-pan fajitas. That's the pan. Should probably call them one-wok fajitas, but they're gonna be great. We're gonna start by making a little seasoning mixture for the fajitas themselves. Here we go. We begin with garlic powder, some oregano. You can use any kind. I'm using Mexican oregano, a little cumin. And honestly, if you used equal amounts of each, you would be just fine. Smoked paprika. For heat, some Chipotle chili powder. And a good pinch of kosher salt. And we mix. And I say you just make a bunch of this and leave it in the cupboard. And then set that aside. You could use that for chicken, you could use it for fish, you could use it for vegetables, just anything. Make a big whack of it, keep it in the pantry, you'll be very happy. But now on to our steak. And I'm using skirt steak. What did we recently use it for? What did we do with this? Oh, we made that big ass, huge party sub thing, right? So skirt steak, I love it, it's great. I've trimmed off most of the fat, I've left a little bit, and we're gonna be fine. But here's the thing, I always tell you, when you cut your meat after it's been cooked, we cut it across the grain. So it shortens up these long fibers and makes it much more tender. So when we cut this beforehand, because we're gonna stir fry this whole thing, we're also gonna do that, but I don't want long pieces. So I'll cut this way, now I'll turn it, and now I'll cut again across the grain like this, into these thin pieces. See what I'm doing? You don't want to give your guests, you don't want to give you a giant ass piece of long meat because then it's just too difficult to eat. I think I cut myself.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Oh yeah, see it?
No, at least it's just a little one.
Jeez. I'm okay, nothing's coming out yet really. But I was saying, you want small pieces like this, right? This is gonna be great. And these little bits of fat. What do I tell you? Fat's flavor, man. Thin, nice and thin. This is gonna cook. This meat is gonna cook really quickly because of this. Okay, so we're gonna put this in a bowl. There's the cut. Like it's small, but it's there. I mean, what's a little blood between family, right? And now two things. What kind of oil? Somebody quick. Avocado oil, exactly. Okay, little avocado oil right here. A little bit. And then some of our seasoning mix. And when it's on, we mix it in. And this feels a tiny bit dry to me because I added the seasoning. So let's add just a little bit more oil. There we go. And now this can sit, and this doesn't have to sit a long time. You'll be surprised at the flavor this will give you if we threw it into a pan right now. But we have one more thing to do first. And by the way, for anybody freaking out that I cut raw meat on this board and I'm going to do other things on it, I've now cleaned it. I've washed it well. But wood, and this is wood, hangs onto any sort of protein bacteria way less than any other type of cutting surface. There's been university studies. They've taken 5 or 6 different types of surfaces, wood and composition materials and plastic and that kind of stuff. And they cut them and they put bacteria in. Then they come back and they measure 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes later. Wood is always the first to give up the bacteria and be gone with it. I'm not a scientist. I'm just telling you what I know to be true. Don't sue me if it's not. It's true. Very smart guy that I worked for at a biotech company told me that. Okay, now we're gonna make a little pico de gallo, a little fresh salsa. It's so good. So here we go. Just have to cut a bunch of things up, put them in, and we're done. We start with some diced Roma tomato, some diced red onion, some diced jalapeno, yum, some cilantro, fresh garlic, a little salt, and some lime juice to bring it all together. Yum. The smell is fantastic. It's gonna taste fantastic if I stop spilling it. All right, that's set. Next, our peppers. 3 colors is always preferred because it's prettier. We don't eat with our eyes, but we see with our eyes. We want it to be beautiful. And some yellow onion. We'll cut all this up and we'll be right there. So just sit back, relax, watch me cut, hopefully not myself, and then we're eating. Alrighty, we're there. Here's where we are. The meat is done and sitting and marinating. And honestly, I can't wait to cook it. The pico's done, sitting, waiting, just getting better every second. The vegetables are cut and waiting to be done, and I just realized this. In my red pepper, look, it's a baby. Look how cute. Look how cute. Hello. Hello, little guy. Hello, little guy. I love it when they're there. That makes me happy. Okay, so we're gonna put some avocado in, fresh. Don't have to, I like to do that. And I always like a little moisture underneath, and that would be sour cream. But in this world of eating slightly better and healthier with no difference at all to the flavor, I'll use non-fat Greek yogurt because it's so good. And it actually adds a little more tang than sour cream would. So it's actually better. I'm set. I'm missing one thing. I just realized. Tortillas. I have a fix for that. Not tacos is down there. So allow me to run down. I'll be right back. the magical flour tortillas from Nonfat Tacos. I so wanted to get our monthly taco, which is baby back rib, with really good coleslaw and crispy onions, but I didn't have time. I'm dedicated to this process right now. So, pans are heating, vegetables are here. Let's make some fajita magic. Even though it's a one pot, one wok cooking process, we're gonna cook in 2 stages. The vegetables will take a teeny bit longer than the meat. I don't wanna cook them all at the same time. So I'm gonna throw these in first, get them going, then the beef. Then we'll be fine. All right? All right, all right? All right. Hot wok, super hot wok, that's what you want. When it starts to smoke, then we will add a little bit of avocado oil. Not until, resist the temptation. You see it starting to happen? I'm gonna have to put my fan on in a second because I want some smoke coming. I want this really hot. Fan on. Little oil. Oil smokes, and now the vegetables. And that is the sound you want. Without that sound, it's not hot enough. Look at the colors are gorgeous. If you don't have a wok, non-stick pan. If you don't have a non-stick pan, cast iron pan. If you don't have a cast iron pan, you don't have a wok, and you have a non-stick pan, I don't know what the hell you're cooking on. But you need something. So you want these to soften up. That doesn't mean you want them soft. You want them to soften up. So there's still a little bit of crunch. We're pretty close. Okay, and I don't know what I said, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take these out now because there's a lot in there. And I wanna make sure that the steak gets all the proper treatment. And wow, this is all nice and clean. Why would I do this? Damn it. So now it goes back on the heat, and now it starts to get hot. Very hot. The skirt steak is gonna benefit from this being super hot. And this starts to smoke again. Same drill. Now a little bit of oil. I'm just gonna do a little bit of the steak, not all of it. Like that. And because it's so thin, it's almost done. See, that's why you couldn't have put it in the same time as the vegetables. Now you can throw some vegetables in. And look, have your vegetables done in advance, right? They're fine to be cooked an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours before. Now I like a tiny bit more of the seasoning spice that we made. And while that's finishing, a tortilla goes in this nonstick pan over here to get some color. And when the tortilla has color on both sides, just a little bit, off we go. So we start with our tortilla, and now non-fat Greek yogurt, just a little, because it's gonna make everything better. And then some avocado, and unfortunately, this avocado felt good. It's a little brown, I'm not very happy with it. It's gonna be okay. Now the fajitas, right on top. The onion, the peppers. Oh, the gorgeousness. Oh, the smell. Honestly, the smell from here is insane. 2 more things. A little bit of this PICO, just fresh on top. Little crunchy bite, little tiny bit of heat from the jalapeno. And last but not least, I love a little squeeze of lime juice. Just a little over the top. And that's it. Look how beautiful that kid is. It's gorgeous, I just want to eat it. Tell me when I can eat it, please. So you grab up the whole thing, grab up. You take it, you show it to the camera. Well, that's of course assuming that there's a camera standing in front of you with a guy behind it. And you eat. So this is why at my restaurant, Nonfat Tacos, we use flour tortillas. Because I want you to smell what's inside. Not corn tortilla, masking everything else. Oh my God. I dropped some. Skirt steak is perfect. It's tender. The marinade is great. The fresh pico on here is crazy. The vegetables are still crisp, tender, have a little bit of crunch to them. The moisture from the non-fat Greek yogurt, the entire thing is tremendous, and that little lime at the end just kind of pulls everything together, wakes up your mouth and says, hey asshole, how delicious am I? Well, maybe you have a more polite fajita taco thing, but like in the whole world of...
What would the polite fajita sound like?
The polite fajita would say, hey sweetheart, how delicious am I? People writing in saying, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my husband, my wife, blah, 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 we'd like a little bit healthier. This is here for you. If this can't get you laid, nothing will. Too far?
Nope.
Oh, good. That's the truth. We speak the truth. Okay, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here for the first ep in our new digs. Not always the digs. We're going to be everywhere. All right. Thanks. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification bell, everything you do that means so much to us. See ya.